Hello, my name is Gonzalo Herrero. I'm a curator, a lecturer, and also an architect. I'm here because I have curated the 2025 edition of Art Dubai Digital. So we are living in extremely unsettling times. It's a time of extremely uncertainty related to environmental issues, societal inequalities, political changes that are happening at a global scale. Sometimes we are just scrolling down through our phones and we keep seeing the effects of climate emergency, but we disconnect completely from it because we are seeing it at a pace that is happening at a global scale that we can barely connect with it. And I think it's more important now than ever before that artists, and in particularly digital technologies, are responding to that. The title for this edition of Art Dubai Digital is After the Technological Sublime. It's an opportunity to reclaim the concept of the sublime as does polarized feelings of wonder and fear from the 17th century, but through the lens of technologies. Now we are living at a time that technologies are advancing and evolving at a pace that we've never seen before. It's important to be very critical with them. As a curator, you have to be the master of orchestra between different people and the spatial experience that you are creating. So you need to translate and communicate the ethos through the graphics, through the space that you are designing, and obviously, of course, through the artworks. So an architect, in a way, does the same thing when they are creating a building, trying to orchestrate different factors and different actors in your projects to make something that makes sense and it communicating a unified message. As a curator, we bring an agenda that is rigorous and is critical, and we kind of drive artists into that direction to try to build more empathy towards society about these important issues that are defining our time and not distracting us with flashes and smoke and mirrors. I think the key word that I want to bring through my curatorial projects is empathy. I don't think we can put the pressure on artists to solve all the problems of the world, but what they can do is building empathy through their work so they can reach a much wider audience. I think platforms like CIFRA are extremely important because they allow to reach a global audience and a much younger audience than the people that you will reach through other media. So getting these messages through your channels and similar channels is extremely key, because it will enable to the next generations and future generations to be more conscious than ever before about the crisis that we are facing, having a voice also that can be heard by more people. I think the question I always get, it's actually very funny because people ask me what is a curator? Is that the person that decide the height of the paintings? Yes and no. It's a little bit more complex. But it's even more funny when I come from Spain. So the word police agent, commissaire, comisario. So when I say that in Spanish, I say I am a comisario. It looks like I'm a police. And in a way you are. You always have to be keeping the artists under control, because otherwise they want to take over the space.
Hi, I'm Hala Khayat. I'm a special advisor for arts and culture working for Art Dubai. We are now sitting in the digital section of the fair of the edition of 2025. So at the core of it is the idea, at the core of it is the story that the artist is trying to convey. And I believe that the artists shown here under the amazing vision of our curator, Gonzalo, are all mirroring a lot of the issues that the world is living, whether it's tackling sustainability, green energy, social stories, it's all reflected in the art we see. I think we need the spaces like Art Dubai because it's the place of bridging between many cultures, north and south, east and west. I think the positioning of where Dubai is today is a great place to showcase all this art, the dialogue that we are witnessing between artists, curators, museum custodians that are visiting the city, as well as our collectors base. I think the population of Dubai doubled in the last 20 years. I think Dubai more than ever has become so international. I mean, there's like more than 150 nationalities living in Dubai today, as well as this allows for amazing openness to the world. Creating art, curating art are totally different things, but in the age of uncertainties, I think that it's more than ever needed to focus on art and the creative industries to find solutions for these uncertainties. A curator job is something very important and very deep, and it should not be taken lightly. I mean, not everyone who can hang a work is a curator. You know, curators are storytellers, and they need to really be aware of, you know, the scene, the geopolitical of the scene, the history, the culture, the knowledge. The roles of curators in this, you know, climate is to pick and choose wisely the topics that speak of the nowness, you know, of today. So I think this is reflected in a lot of the themes you will see. So there's a focus on immigration, identity, rebirth, movement, different geographies. Yeah, I mean, it's the rewriting, the curator role, and what we do in every exhibition and at the scale of Art Dubai is writing the history for a small moment in time, but this is the history of this moment. And I think everything is registered today, everything is documented, everything is archived. So yeah, in a way we are contributing to the writing of the contemporary history of the arts. 3 things on my working desk: a notebook, a candle, and my new glasses.
Good morning, my name is Jacopo Di Cera. I'm a photographer, visual and digital artist, and I'm here in Dubai for the Art Dubai Fair 2025. A retreat is a very important installation because, I mean, we are capturing what is happening now in the world. So the climate change is something that we are feeling and living every day, but we are probably not so much focused on that theme. For this reason, I think that art has an important role in this case in order to talk about this topic and generating, in my opinion, emotion and disruption inside the people's souls. A retreat is an important artistic step done by myself on my artistic path that want to, I mean, create the right awareness about that. At the glacier of Bremba, one of the most important glaciers that we have in Mont Blanc, in Europe, and is retreating very fast. Despite there are many numbers that are, I mean, justifying and demonstrating what is happening to our world, many people say that these numbers are not correct. So we are living in a world where there are people that also believe in that the art is flat. The role of art is to generate, as I said, emotion. And emotion is not judgeable. It's mine. It's what I feel. So you cannot judge that. You cannot have another number or another point of view. It's just mine.
What are the 3 things that are always on your studio desk?
One for sure is a drone. Then there is always probably an airplane ticket. And then a secret lucky thing that is always with me. Any borders are limitation. Limitation for culture, limitation for growth, limitation for economical equilibrium. I would like to live in a world without borders, of course, yes. But I think that borders, especially in this phase, in this period, are a very negative limitation for the human evolution. I believe that at the end of the game, humanity will always find a solution in order to live in the right balance between us and nature. I think art will save the world.